Okay, so here you just need to remember that the integral of sine x is minus cos x, okay, plus the constant. And then when you integrate sine 3x, you get minus cos 3x. Because this is a function of a function, this is like sine of 3x. Well, then when you integrate it becomes minus cos 3x, and you've got to divide by the derivative on this inside here, which is 3, not forgetting then to add the constant on. Okay, so the second part there, we've got to integrate 2 over 3x plus 5. Now remember with this now, we haven't got a bracket here, and if it was, it'd be bracket to the power 1, so we don't want to take that up because the first rule sort of that we've learned doesn't work. Okay, it'll crash. So this is linear on the bottom, so we use ln. Okay, and using ln is really simple. Whatever's on top is 2, divide by whatever's in front of the x on the bottom, which is 3, and then ln then of all of that. Okay, plus then your constant. Third part then, so we've got the integral of e to the 3x plus 4 with respect to x. Okay, well remember now the integral of e to the x with respect to x is simply e to the x plus a constant. So e to the x doesn't change when you integrate it, when you differentiate it. So it's the same here. Now this is e of 3x plus 4. Okay, so when you integrate it, the same function is there, but remember then you've got to divide by the derivative of that sort of inside function, differentiate that, you get 3 plus then your constant. B then, notice this time we've got limits, so we're not going to put a plus c in this case, we're actually going to evaluate this, we're going to work it out, we're going to find the value, 0 and 1. Okay, so you'll notice here we've got a bracket in the denominator. And because it's like to the power 4, what we can do here is take it up to the top before we integrate it. Okay, so we get 2x plus 1 to the power minus 4 with respect to x. Okay, now of course when we integrate, we go back to our very first rule, because we've got a linear bracket here to the power, so we add 1 to that power, so that'll be 2x plus 1. If we add 1 to that, you get minus 3. Okay, divide then by this power, which is minus 3, times then by the derivative in here, which is 2. Okay, now I don't need to write a plus c, but what I do need to do is put square brackets around it and write my limits between 1 and 0. Okay, now when you look at this here, you get a 6, don't you? Okay, 6 on the bottom, or minus 6, so perhaps we can rewrite that as minus 6 on the bottom, so we put the minus in front. Six here, okay. The other thing we could do as well is take that bracket down, because it's a negative power. Okay, just make it easier for us when we put the numbers into the calculator. So minus here, well, we'll just put 1 on top there. On the bottom, I'll have 6, and then this bracket cubed between 1 and 0. So it's a simple case then of putting in the numbers. So 1 over 6. Now in the bracket, if I put 1 in here, that will be 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 1 cubed. So if I put 1 on, take away then the lower limit, sub the lower limit in, so I have minus 1 over 6. Now in the bracket there, that'll be 2 times 0, which is 0, plus 1 cubed. So we can type this into our calculator. So we're going to have minus bracket 1 over 6 bracket, well that'll become 3, won't it? Cubed. Minus then bracket minus fraction 1 over 6, and then that bracket there will just become 1 cubed, still 1, so I don't need to write anything there. and I get 13 over 81 as my answer. We leave it in fraction form.